What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm going to just do a short client testimonial with Andrea here. So, Andrea, go ahead, just give everyone a little bit of idea on what you do for work, and where you're located at.
So I'm in Sacramento, California, and I'm a crime scene investigator with crazy hours.
Yes, you are. And just give everyone a little bit of idea. You can go like as far back as you want, but where were you before we kind of started working together in your fitness journey?
So at my very heaviest weight, I was 265. I managed to get myself down on my own over time down to about 200-ish. I would bounce back and forth between 200 and 212. When I started with you, I think I was right around 200, but I was still doing that bounce thing, but I was keeping it fairly locked in so I could fit my uniform.
Nice. And then as we were like working together, like what did you kind of see inside of your program? Like what was even your goal when we started working together? I guess we can start there.
My goal was to get firmer and thinner and just feel more capable of moving around and lifting things and bending down to get things and just doing my job in general. I'm 51 now. I was 50 when I started. And as you get older, things get harder, and losing weight is definitely harder.
Oh yeah. And just give everyone like a little bit of idea, like what kind of made you want to invest in yourself inside of this program?
I had tried so many different ways to lose weight, and I would always get stuck. And I didn't feel like I was actually losing fat a lot of the time. I felt like I was losing muscle. And so I would lose weight, but the minute I would get off of whatever I was trying to do, it would just come right back. And keto was absolutely the worst. I lost the most weight. I did it for the longest period of time, but lifetime wise for me, wasn't sustainable. And I gained all of it back and then some.
Yeah.
And that was pretty rough because I thought I would never get fat again, and then I had to buy all new clothes.
Yeah. which isn't fun at all, right?
No.
All right. So give everyone a little idea, like what inside the program did you really enjoy? Was there a certain thing that you liked in the program with me?
I love that you can, like, you'll take what's in my Fitness Pal as far as the foods that people eat, and you'll create something that works within the macros with the same foods that they want instead of stuff that they have no desire to eat. That's probably one of my least favorite things about diet plans is they're like, you have to eat plain tuna and you have to eat dry crackers, and it's so ridiculous. I would rather have something that is the foods that I would absolutely like to eat. And I like that you change up all the exercises so that you don't just get bored with the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah. Awesome. And then, like, is there anything in the program that kind of helped you in areas in your life maybe you didn't anticipate when you joined?
I did not anticipate having to hold the handrail in the bathroom to squat to pee. I maybe went a little too hard the first week with the exercises.
Yeah.
I looked like I had my ass beat in the very beginning. But I made it past that, and I actually was able to increase the weight. So, I mean,
you definitely got strong.
I totally appreciate the muscle increase. Like, more than anything, I can absolutely do more for a longer period of time than I could before I started this.
Awesome. Love that. And then anything that you want to kind of give someone advice, maybe they're on the fence, maybe they're a little skeptical about working with a coach. I know that's always a big thing for people. What would you kind of give them as advice if you were like talking to them right now?
You're not just a coach, like, you're actually way more friendly than any other coach I've ever known or heard of. And you're available. And I appreciate that so much with all the gluten issues and stomach issues and things that I had with different injuries. Like, you were always able to adapt it for me pretty much immediately when I would tell you. Or you would say, okay, back off on this and increase this. And it was always seamless, as opposed to someone just trying to say, and I had this happen before when I worked with a coach. They're like, oh, if you're not losing weight, you must be lying about what you're eating. And Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't the case. It was just some things work for some people and some things don't for others. And you actually will try to adapt the program to fit what works for different people.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, like as those are watching, I know like that's always a really big issue with a lot of programs is they try to make you like squeeze into what the coach wants. And at the end of the day, it really has to work for you guys. So I'm glad you kind of like pointed that out.
Yeah, you are definitely different than anybody else that I've worked with. And I've worked with people at the gym. I've worked with people that somebody else told me and sweared by.
Yeah.
And it, hands down, not even close to the same. So if somebody's on the fence, give it a try. Like, the only thing you got to lose is pounds.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, even with all of the crap that I was going through, I still lost weight.
Mhm.
And more than losing weight, like visually, it was way different. Like, my
Yeah.
body is more toned and more able to do the things that I couldn't do.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
thank
I know.
you for that.
Yeah, and thank you, even for you being an amazing client. That is another thing, guys, too. Like, you have to really want it and stay consistent, and like things will come up, but like you just power through it the entire time. So, thank you for being an awesome client throughout your journey as well.
No problem.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions on anything, like, be sure to reach out to me.